see God in everything. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Laurel Patterson. Welcome to our service.
Hi. And my name is Bob Hardy. Welcome.
Together, of course, we're Laurel and Hardy.
All right, we got one from Lariah.
Yeah. We want to greet and bless everyone who is watching online. Your presence adds to our spiritual community, and we are so grateful that you're with us. Thank you for joining us.
We've got a lot of energy going on today.
Woohoo.
Please join me in welcoming our very special musicians, Lisa and Tyler Snortum-Phelps. Joined by Dusty on bass and Lariah on drums. Thank you. And I want to acknowledge Diane for the great prelude music.
Reverend Kristen will deliver our today's message titled Loving Attention and Compost. This is part 2 of 7 in our Ordinary Mystics series.
Yeah. And before we begin, I invite you to turn your cell phones to silent or stun as we enjoy this sacred service together.
And now let's take a moment to be grateful for the land that our center rests upon. Go ahead and take a deep breath. This is Bay-Miwok and Ohlone land.
We honor the Bay-Miwok and the Ohlone people of today and are grateful for those who were stewards of this land before us. We commit to taking care of these sacred native grounds and Mother Earth.
Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. Our vision for the world is, let's say this together, spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness.
And our mission is who we have come here to be. Together, we are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. And our core values are love, connection, service, and wisdom. If you're with us for the first time, welcome. If you feel comfortable doing so, please raise your hand so we may give you a welcome packet. Anybody brand new today that would like to raise their hand? No? All right. Well, welcome everybody. We're so glad you're here. And we extend that invitation to everybody to welcome our visit center and cafe across the patio after the service to receive a hug.
And if you were shy and didn't want to raise your hand, that's okay. You can still come across the patio and go to the bookstore cafe to get a free gift. Connection cards are available in the newcomer packet as well as in the seat pocket in front of you. These are for everyone. With this card, you may submit a prayer request, and our prayer team will pray with you throughout the week.
Yeah, and you may also share feedback and request information. Please place your card in the basket when the offering comes around. For those of you viewing online, connection cards are available on the Watch Live page of our website. And now we have several highlights, or a couple highlights to talk about for this week coming up.
Woohoo! Do you love to sing?
Do we love to sing?
Yeah, well, lift your voice and share the joy of music in community as part of Unity's choir. Our holiday choir session includes 8 weeks of uplifting rehearsals leading up to a special performance on Sunday, December 21st. Come be a part of something joyful and heart-opening this season. Rehearsals begin Thursday, October 23rd at 7 p.m. Sign up on the patio or email office@unityofwalnutcreek.org to join.
All right. And I would like to invite Danae Legan on the platform. She can tell us about the magic in store for us at the Wizards Ball coming up.
Who likes to hang out with fairies, wizards, elves, witches, goblins? Yes. You have an opportunity next Saturday. Wizards Ball. Tickets outside. Today is the last day. You can buy them on the deck there, but they're available online, of course. Dessert auctions, play dates, raffle baskets. Unbelievable. Could I have the slide? Unbelievable super raffle. One is time in Colorado, and one is escaping the dangers of earthquakes. We'll just put it that way. We'll put it that way. And a chance to get a wand that helps to benefit our youth department. And it's really an amazing event. We have lots of volunteers. A lot of people have been putting a lot of time into making this an incredible event for everyone. So please be sure and come and see us. It's at the Pleasant Hill Senior Center. And just in case you're wondering, I studied with the Druids in England, and this is my robe. Thank you.
Very nice.
All right.
Don't, be sure to get your tickets.
We're looking forward to it. It's going to be great fun.
And there's a brochure on the patio also that has all of the ongoing events, so be sure to pick that up too.
All right. And as we prepare for our time of meditation, please join me in taking a conscious breath and affirming our statement of faith together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. We begin with music, followed by guided meditation and silence.
Deep peace of the rolling waves to you, deep peace of the silent stars, deep peace of the blowing air to you, deep peace of the quiet earth. Let peace, let peace, let peace fill your soul. May peace, may peace, may peace keep you whole. Deep peace of the rolling waves to you, deep peace of the silent stars, deep peace of the blowing air to you, deep peace of the quiet earth. I am peace, I am peace, peace is my soul. I am peace, sweet peace, I am whole.
Let us breathe that blessing of peace into our beings. Letting it wash over us. Touch all the cells of our bodies. And as we begin to still our minds, let peace infill them. Might notice at the very suggestion of peace that your breath begins to slow. Maybe you breathe more deeply into your belly, relaxing your belly. Shoulders dropping. letting peace permeate our being. And on the wings of peace come this blessing of wholeness. Wholeness of body, wholeness of relationship, wholeness of our experience on earth. I rest in deep peace. I am peace. So let us just breathe peace throughout our beings for a few moments in the silence. Invite us to take another big breath. Be a belly breath, relaxing your belly completely. Bringing deep peace to your being. As you begin to hear the chant again in a few moments, let it be peace that you drink in and peace that you send out. Let Lisa's words be your blessing for the world around you. Send peace in all directions from here. Bless humanity, to bless our world, to bless all living beings. And so it is.
Deep peace of the rolling waves, to you deep peace peace of the silent stars, deep peace of the blowing air. To you, deep peace of the quiet earth. I am peace, I am peace, peace is my soul. May peace, sweet peace, make us whole. It's not that unusual when everything is beautiful. It's just another ordinary miracle today. The sky knows when it's time to snow. Don't need to teach a seed to grow. It's just another ordinary miracle today. Life is like a gift, they say, wrapped up for you every day. Open up and find a way to give some of your own. Isn't it remarkable? Like every time a raindrop falls, just another ordinary miracle today. The birds in winter have their fling and always come back home by spring. It's just another ordinary miracle today. You're a gift to every day. Please don't hide your dreams away. Hold them close to your heart, because we're all a part of the ordinary miracle. Ordinary miracle. Open up and see the miracle. So exceptional. A crawling baby learns to walk. It's just another ordinary miracle today. Your mind is in a worried place, then you see a stranger's smiling face. It's just another ordinary miracle today. The sun comes up and shines so bright and disappears again each night. It's just another ordinary miracle today. Ooh, it's just another ordinary miracle today.
You know, some ministries get music directors who are really good at organizing and communicating, and some get music directors who are really good at musical talent, and some get both. You get both. Thank you both. It's beautiful. Hello to everyone online. Happy fall. And happy week 2 of Ordinary Mysticism. We're in our second week of our fall book study. So if you're just getting caught up with that idea, you might want to get the book. There's still some in the bookstore. And we do have book study groups. I think there's at least one that's still open. There may be others. Chris, do you mind raising your hand? 2 with rooms. So you can see Chris afterwards if you need help getting signed up. And what else do I want to tell you about that? I think that's about it. It's a book by Mirabai Starr. And it's called Ordinary Mysticism, Your Life is Sacred Ground. Do you know that? What's that? Oh, she was holding it up. Do you know your life is sacred ground? Yeah, so this whole experience is for us to live into that knowing, to begin to experience that everywhere we go, everywhere we look. Suddenly, everything's a miracle, like the song, right? There's magic everywhere. So last week we set our intentions. Oh, never mind. Okay, there we go. So I don't think there's any gremlins in this microphone, but I guess it remains to be seen. What's that? Elves. Yes, just a few elves are active. The wizard, here it is, the season, right? And then we've got the wizard's ball on top of it. So we've invited it in. So anyway, last week was our intention. Last week was setting our intention. And we began to recognize ourselves as mystics. Mysticism and mystics, we kind of leave it in that sort of realm of, that's those people, those mystics. And then I'm just an ordinary being. And so Mirabai Starr has married the two and brought it back to us to say, no, you're mystical too. You get to claim your own mysticism too, because guess what mysticism means? A direct experience with the divine. And isn't that our teachings, right? That God is everywhere present, including within us. That we have this divine presence within us, and we are in a constant evolutionary process to remember that, to become that, to embody that in every way we can. So this series is helping us hone that a little bit more. So they're kind of like twin powers, this, intention, and then this week's topic is attention. Or you could think of them as 2 streams of consciousness. Intention sets the direction, and we say, okay, I'm claiming that I'm a mystic. I'm claiming that I'm an everyday mystic. I'm setting that intention for myself to be living that kind of life. And then attention helps us live into it. Attention gives kind of the feet to the intention, if you will, the feet to the prayer. Without intention, attention just kind of scatters about, right? Anybody, one of those people that's just like, oh, look, a butterfly. It's easy for us to get off track if we don't have some railway laid for ourselves to move along. So that's basically the 2 working together is what we're looking at this week as we move into paying attention. Paying attention. And paying attention, can come in, of course, many different forms. I think one that's very accessible for a lot of us, and I kind of polled people last week, and several people said what's sacred to them, where they find the sacred, where they really pay attention to the holy, is in nature. And so that comes pretty easily for a lot of us to pay better attention when we're in nature. That, of course, is a central tenet of indigenous people's teachings, and tomorrow is Indigenous Peoples Day. So I wanted to recognize the wisdom that comes from that idea. This is from poet Norla Chi. She is Navajo and Oneida, and she opens her poem Navajo Mountain with these lines. If you close your eyes and take a deep breath, you can hear the green sage sing. The gray stones beneath you feel young again. The breeze watches it all with her Mona Lisa smile. And not to see A'an, takes it all in. Not to see in is Navajo Mountain. So there's so much to be gained by this sensual experience of nature, right? For us to be in nature listening and seeing, maybe even tasting, smelling, all the senses turned up in our experience. And there's an invitation to go even deeper and let nature be our teacher. Let ourselves become open to the idea of emulating nature. So what if you were to observe the life around you like a sacred mountain? What if you were to open like a flower or play like a squirrel? What if you moved like the cypress trees? You know, that's these big, tall trees that line our property here. If you ever look up into the sky and watch them dance against the sky, pretty incredible. Once in a while, you'll be fortunate enough to see an owl perched on one of those with its wings out dancing. Yeah. Pretty magical, right? This life, this place, this earth that we live on, this sacred ground of our lives. Sometimes, for those of us who are nature lovers, it seems like it's a little bit easier when we're outdoors. I feel like every time Brenly and I go camping, I make the same remark when we're eating dinner around the campfire. I always say, food always tastes better around the campfire, even when we forget the hot sauce at home. And what is that? Is it easier because we've slowed our pace? Is it easier because our senses are turned up and we're, in the midst of a canopy of stars? There's a fresh breeze, all these things that occur, the sound of the birds, those things that kind of wake us up. Is that why it tastes better? I mean, maybe in part it certainly helps, but I have to be honest with myself. It's really about whether I'm paying attention. Because a meal at home can taste just as good if I'm intentional about it. If I slow down and I give thanks for the food and our home and our family, and really, take a moment to look at my food, see my food, smell it, taste it, slow down and chew it, and really let the flavors come alive. You know what it's like to mindfully eat versus just to scarf something down while you're standing at the kitchen counter in between meetings, right? I know that one really well. And Brenly's a good teacher for me because she sits outside in the sun and she takes her time. And I go, yeah, I should be more like that. But I have reminders, and I have reminders for all of us who might want them. There's a basics handout at the row table on mindful eating. We might need to run some more of those. I don't know how we're doing after the first service, but between Mike and Genevieve, they can figure that out. But that's actually, it's actually a person I know, Lynn Rossi, who does all kinds of mindfulness and meditation programs through the University of Missouri. So I know it's good stuff. So paying attention really can lead us into that thing that we sometimes call loving awareness. You've maybe heard that term before for the divine or for God. Some people like to use loving awareness as their term. And I like this term because it points us in a way, it gives clear description of what it does, what this thing, this sacred being, this deity or this energy, this essence does. It pays attention. It's an awareness of love. It's a presence of love. We talk about the permeating presence of the divine or the permeating presence of God, and we talk about it within ourselves as well. And so when we ourselves or when we are feeling into that allness of God, there is a sense of a loving awareness, a loving presence. Have you experienced that? Yeah, so it helps us, I think, to recognize that paying attention opens us to that. Ram Dass was a renowned spiritual teacher who loved to use that term, loving awareness. In fact, in the final years of his life, that became his constant mantra. I am loving awareness. And the people that were closest to him said that when he neared his transition, that he actually became translucent. Yeah, I've actually seen that in other people too, near the end of their lives. Have you seen that before or experienced that kind of translucence? So a lot of times in our spiritual journey, we hear about transcendence, right? So the focus of transcendence is rising above the earthly life. And you hear that, we've been taught that a lot, or we've heard that in different circles of the idea of enlightenment is transcending this world. But this work, this series, is not about that. This series is an invitation to go deeper into earthly life and to move into the translucence, which is a shining forth of the light from within. So as we begin to see things in the world, we begin to see how they are lit up from within. And that could even include us. When we begin to see every day like that, every day in a mystical way, we might, like Ram Dass, become translucent ourselves. Mirabai, who was actually one of his mentees, describes it as that kind of state of translucent as a clear window through which love light can pass. A clear window through which love light can pass. That can be us. So, of course, there's different ways we can pay attention, right? We can pay attention in a way in which we are really meeting things with a loving awareness, or we can pay attention in a way that we're constantly sort of sorting, categorizing, judging, naming our preferences, that kind of thing. Anybody familiar with that kind of way of thinking? Right? Life comes in so many different arrays of sounds and sights and aromas and ways of being and shapes and sizes and experiences. And some of these we label, or we tend to label, pleasant, and some we tend to label unpleasant. And so it can become kind of a steady stream of naming things, labeling things. We're really kind of taught that in a way in the Western civilization to learn to label things. It's like when people say, oh yeah, I'm sitting outside, I'm really enjoying nature, and I love that I can get out my app and find out what kind of bird that is or what kind of flower that is. And it is part of our curiosity, but then it moves us, right, into the categorizing, into the labeling. I remember Eckhart Tolle talking about, don't worry about what kind of tree it is, experience tree, and so it's like moving into that kind of knowing. Yet, somehow we just love to do it. And, who's to say what is better or worse? It's like that old story about the Chinese farmer. Maybe good, maybe not. But I know that my mind seems to think it's its job to do this. Because as I notice my mind more and more, I see and hear the running commentary. This breeze is a little bit chilly. Oh, that sun feels so warm. That person is driving recklessly on the highway. Oh, this person is really kind. I wish my dog would stop its annoying barking. My dog is adorable. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you experience this? So what if we ceased it? What if we just completely ceased that stream of preferences, that knee-jerk reaction to label everything good, bad, better, worse, slightly, want to change this 2% and 1% and just met everything as it is with loving awareness? Wouldn't that be a game changer? Yeah. So I think if we did that we would be so filled to overflowing with compassion that we would just weep with the beauty of the earth and humanity and the preciousness of this planet. Maybe that's why we don't do it. We don't want to just walk around weeping with beauty and preciousness. But it actually sounds pretty amazing, doesn't it? Because really, I think if every so often we like to personify God or the divine or loving awareness, whatever you want to call it. And, if I personify it, that's what I think it's like. Like, so much compassion, so much love, so much beholding of beauty in humans and in all life and the whole earth, all of creation. And really, we don't know how things are going to turn out either. Our minds like to predict, right? We like to think how things are going to turn out. We like to talk about how we see things turning out, how we see things unfolding. But who would have thought that now we'd be standing in the place where the suffering, the immense suffering in Gaza may just be coming to an end? Thank you, God. Yes? And that the Israeli hostages may actually come home. Now is the time. It's been claimed. That is hope becoming reality. And hope becomes reality again and again and again. If only we can hold that knowing, and as loving awareness, we do hold that knowing. When we pay attention to what really happens in the cycles of life, we know this is what happens. There is indeed peace. There is indeed ceasefires. There are times when suffering ends and peace building begins again. And I'm not dismissing the fact that there's still incredible, heart healing and wounding, that there's still a long road ahead of forgiveness and atonement and immense grief to move through. It's all there, right? It's all still a part of the experience. But what a beautiful thing that it has come to pass for us, a time to celebrate, a time to recognize that hope does turn to reality. So Mirabai recounts a conversation that she had with Reverend Sifu. He's a Zen practitioner. And she asked him, how do we deal with death and catastrophe? And he answered in the language of the earth. He didn't give transcending answers about spirituality or enlightenment. He gave earthy terms for it. He said, till your darkness, ferment, distill, fertilize it. New spiritual awakening will arise from that compost, I promise. Isn't that beautiful? So that's where the composting comes in case you were wondering when Laura brought that forward. So if we are meeting everything as it is, paying attention to things as they are, holding that space of loving awareness, then there will be things that are difficult to look at. But we can do it. We have done it. We are doing it. We are continuing to look, not look away. We are continuing to hold. And as we do so, we do the work of composting, emotional and spiritual composting, when we need to. So whatever holds your attention, you have a choice, right? You have a choice as to how you go about paying attention. You can be in that place of judging, or you can be in that place of loving awareness. So I call a ceasefire in my own mind. And I welcome you to do the same. Let your preferences, your categorizing, your judgments be let go. And just see what you might experience from here with that intention, a new layer of intention to our paying attention. And when we do, I think loving awareness comes rushing in to our freshly opened heart. But I look forward to experiencing it specifically with this intention. I would guess things like aliveness will come. Things like a feeling of fulfillment or joy, connection, inspired action come out of this kind of experience of surrender of that judging, categorizing, preferencing tendency of the mind and an openness to what is. And one of the things that can help us is to have a contemplative practice, to have a set-aside time in our day. We talk about this all the time, but even as we're talking about everyday mysticism and paying attention in everyday life, it's still helpful to have that grounding, to have that time apart that you take, whether it's meditation or prayer, chanting or movement or some combination of any of these things. It can help us to learn and to actually train our attention to pay more attention throughout the rest of our day. Because if we're training our minds to be more peaceful, to be more still, to be less involved in the sorting and the labeling, and just to meet the things that come, then throughout our day, it comes to us more easily and effortlessly to be that way. So it kind of spills over, this idea of finding the sacred once we have spent a little time in the silence or the stillness ourselves to connect with that sacred presence. Mirabai Starr puts it much more poetically. So let's take a look at what she says about how practice spills over into everyday life. Contemplative practice fills the cup of your mind, spilling over and splashing all the other hours, permeating your days with the fragrance of love. I want my days to be permeated with the fragrance of love, don't you? And it's not, again, just about formal meditation. As ordinary mystics, we turn life into spiritual practice. That's what Brother Lawrence did. He was a 17th century monk. And Brother Lawrence had quite the story. He was a soldier in the war, and he had become quite injured. And when he came to the monastery, he couldn't stand for very long because of the injuries in his body. And he absolutely hated cooking. And of course, guess what he was assigned to? The kitchen, right? So in that monastery kitchen, the last place he wanted to be is exactly where his transformation happened. Can you relate to that? Like things that come into your life, or roles that you take on, or things that you end up doing somehow, or end up being somehow, and you think, that's the last thing I want to do, and it becomes your crucible of transformation, the place that you can say thank you to again and again. The other monks noticed, too, the change, because Brother Lawrence went from being a depressed, wounded soldier into a joyful, kind, wise, peaceful monk. And it all happened in the temple of the kitchen. He used to say, I turned my little omelet in the pan for the love of God. So it's those kinds of things, right, that you bring into your everyday life, your everyday chores, to begin to say, whatever it is that you're doing, I do it for the love of God. I take my child to school for the love of God. I sit in traffic for the love of God. I stand in the grocery line for the love of God. Suddenly it all becomes much more alive, though, much more interesting, right? And pay attention not only to what's going on around us, but the shifts that happen within us as we live into these intentions with our attention. So maybe you'll find God in the folds of the laundry, or while you're raking golden fall leaves, or has anybody stuck their hands in the guts of a pumpkin lately? Maybe you will this season, like all that squishy stuff between your fingers. And then you notice how they're all like that squishy stuff, all the links to all these seeds. I mean, endless amounts of seeds, right? Seeds of new life, seeds of hope. Suddenly your pumpkin becomes this thing full of hope, and you scoop out the hope and you transform it into a jack-o'-lantern casting light everywhere. That's magic, isn't it? And it's right there at your own hands in a fall activity. Magic and mystery and miracles, they really are
everywhere present. We just have to pay attention. And that's when we'll find them. That's when we'll come across them. That's when we'll come into the experience of them from within, from the place of loving awareness. If you want to go all in, not just paying attention, but you want to go all in, then also make sure that you've honed your own spiritual or contemplative practice. And also maybe take on the intention this week in particular to let go of the streams of judging and categorizing and labeling and see what comes. See what comes with that kind of attention. You may just become loving awareness itself. You may become translucent love light. You may become like a jack-o'-lantern casting light into somebody's darkness. Remembering why we do what we do is really key. That's why at the end of our mission statement we say, in sacred service for all. Because it's when we recognize that what it is that I'm doing isn't just for my own evolution or my own joy or my own fulfillment. As I shift, so too do I gift the world. To shine the light for someone else's darkness is a pretty incredible gift that we can give. And you give it all the time. So you can just help yourself hone it through this intention that you hold and attention that you're paying to what's going on inside you and all around. So let's affirm it and do some interesting work together this week in paying attention. I invite us to say this together. I pay attention in everyday life, and loving awareness becomes me. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Kristen. Just a reminder, call a ceasefire to judgment, labeling, categorizing, and preferences, and pay attention in everyday life, and loving kindness will become us.
All right. And with that, our prayer chaplains are available after the service to provide personal prayer support. If you're a prayer chaplain serving today, please stand. Our prayer chaplains wear the purple stoles.
Whether you have a joy or a concern in your heart today, praying with our prayer chaplains is a powerful opportunity to have your intentions raised up in consciousness.
Yes, and thank you for serving today. And now let's open our hearts to the practice of giving. I invite you to prepare your gifts as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive. In truth, there is no lack or limitation. Abundance is our true nature at each and every moment.
Absolutely. And for your convenience, there are a variety of ways to financially give to this community, and they're showing up on the screen. For those of you watching online, there's a donate button on the Watch Live page. We encourage everyone to set up regular and automatic giving to Unity using your bank's free bill pay service. That's really a good thing to do.
All right. So I invite you to take your tithe, your offering, your loving awareness, your thoughts of good fortune and spreading the love, and repeat our affirmation with me together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you for your generosity.
Let's get you clapping. There we go. This is definitely a clapping song. I know you're fed up, like life won't let up for us. All they talk about is what is going down and what is messed up for us. But when I look around, I see blue skies, I see butterflies for us. Listen to the sound and lose it in sweet music and dance with me. 'Cause there is beauty in the world, so much beauty in the world, all the beauty in the world. There is beauty in the world. Shake your bodies, boys and girls, for the beauty in the world. Pick your diamond, pick your pearl. There is beauty in the world. Fast claps now. Yeah! We need more loving, not so much othering. They say change is gonna come like the weather. They say forever. They say, well, baby, in between, notice the blue skies, notice the butterflies, notice me. Take a look around and lose it in sweet music and dance with me. 'Cause there is beauty in the world, so much beauty in the world, always beauty in the world. There is beauty in the world. Shake your body, boys and girls, for the beauty in the world. Pick your diamond, pick your pearl. There is beauty in the world. Fast claps now. I don't know why, but it's so much fun. Hey, throw your hands up and holler. Hey, throw your hands up and holler. When you don't know what to do, don't know if you'll make it through, remember God is giving you beauty in the world. 'Cause there is beauty in the world, so much beauty in the world, always beauty in the world. There is beauty in the world. Pick your diamond, pick your pearl, for the beauty in the world. I said the wrong line there, but that's okay, it's beautiful. There is beauty in the world, so much beauty in the world, always beauty in the world. There is beauty in the world. Here we go. Shake your body, boys and girls, for the beauty in the world. Pick your diamond, pick your pearl. There is beauty in the world.
We don't want any crackling gremlins around. All right, well, let's behold the prosperity. Behold, it's everywhere present. In all the people here, and all the people online and outside, and all the joy I see buzzing around the wizard's ball table over there, and in the sunshine, right? It's like paying attention. All of a sudden, we live and move and have our beings in prosperity, in love, and all of these qualities. So knowing that, holding that, knowing together, when we bless something, we multiply its good. We're not just doing it as an exercise. We are multiplying the good together. So let's bless it, knowing that's true. We give thanks for the ever-increasing, constant flow of absolute good in our lives now. So it is.
All right, bring in the kids. We are a circle of love. We are a circle of light. Come join the circle of love. Come join the circle of light. The light in you and the light in me are one. The light in you and the light in me are one.
Hello, everyone, and happy Sunday. We decided to keep it with one group today, and we talked about gratitude. We read a book about pumpkins, and River wanted to speak a little bit, so I'm going to pass it to him.
So yeah, the book was about how like the government was selling this plot of land, and the dude didn't want the land to be sold because of like the land was pretty cool, I guess. He liked the land. He didn't want it to be like industrialized or like turned into like a Honda dealership or something. So instead he sold everything he owned except for his bed, bathtub, and what was everything? Fridge?
Stove.
Oh, and stove. And then he
And soap.
Oh yeah, and soap. He bought some pumpkin seeds and he planted them around, and magically on the next page there was like over 2 million of them. So he shipped them to different countries, but those countries didn't know what to do with them. So he like wrote tags of what to do, and he sold them for $1 each, and he raised enough money to be able to buy the plot of land. And with the money he had left over, he spent it on getting back his like couch and stuff. But he didn't buy his watch back because he had the sun and the stars to tell him what time it was. Okay. We also made these little pumpkins where on the back you could choose different things you were grateful for and slide the thing into the pumpkin. So it's like a tiny little pouch. And yeah.
Yeah, we had a great time today.
Wait. There is one more thing.
Yes, there is one more thing. I see that.
We have a new addition to our youth and family program. Baby Eleanor. 3 days old. 3 days old.
And you have a little sister.
Yeah.
Wow. What a miracle. Thank you for sharing the miracle with us. Yeah, beautiful. And nice job, River.
Oh, thanks.
I think River could have taught the lesson. Yeah? All right, well, let's bless our youth and teachers and children. Do you have a pumpkin sale coming up too? Are you doing that this year?
So we're decorating pumpkins next week, I think,
Okay.
and then we'll have a pumpkin sale the following week along with the bake sale.
Okay, get ready. There'll be a pumpkin sale coming. I love that you talked about pumpkin seeds. We did too. All right, let's bless them. Children, youth, and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you.
Yay! All right, please rise in body or spirit. You can put your hands on your heart, or you can reach out and see if your neighbor wants to hold your hand. Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present is what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
You are the light, the attention, and the loving awareness on earth right now. So let your light shine like a jack-o'-lantern. Have fun and spread joy.
love.